How's it going, gamers, and welcome back to yet another episode of Skyrim. In the last episode, we descended from the throat of the world to Whiterun, where we asked Jarl Balgruuf the Greater for his aid in capturing a dragon so that we may find Alduin. He refused, saying that the threat of war loomed over the hold. He could not leave his people defenseless. He asked that we speak with the Greybeards in order to form some sort of peace council between Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak of Windhelm and General Tullius, the Imperial Legion. Afterwards, Jin tried to recruit his friend Feindal, the Blades, but found that Delphine's hubris was stronger than her desire to truly save the world. She asked him to kill Paarthurnax and rescinded the aid of the Blades from Jin. So, Jin's done with them. If they cannot see, well, not done with them, but he's not going to do what he refused. Now, we are here, back at High Hrothgar, to talk to Arngir, hoping that he'll allow this peace conference to follow through.
When I was young,
Arngir,
I joined
Master,
my father on hunting expeditions into Morrowind.
the Blades,
For excellent sport.
Delphi, not the Blade, Delphi. He wants me to kill Paarthurnax.
Now you see why I've warned you against them bloodthirsty barbarians.
Was it true? He was Alduin's ally?
Yes, but understand, during the days of Alduin's rule, all dragons were his allies. There was nothing else they could be. If not for Paarthurnax, Alduin could not have been overthrown. It was he that first taught men to use the thum.
Don't worry. I shall not kill a monster.
Kynareth has placed the voice of wisdom within you, Dragonborn. All you need do is learn to listen to it, and your path will be clear.
Hold on.
Yes. If
Yeah.
not for Paarthurnax, Kynareth has placed the voice of wisdom within you, Dragonborn. All you need to
I need your help.
understand
Help
our
me.
authority. The Greybeards have never involved themselves in political affairs.
Jarl Balgruuf won't help as the war rages.
I see. The dragon will lead you to Alduin, but without the Jarl's help.
Both sides respect you. They will listen. Please.
Paarthurnax has made the decision to help you. This is the road we have to walk. Even the Greybeards must bend to the winds of change, it seems. So be it. Tell Ulfric and General Tullius that the Greybeards wish to speak to them. We will see if they still remember us.
Of course. Thank you, Master.
Scott,
Are you ready to
deliver the
host?
message to the warring parties. If they will listen, I will do what I can to bring them to terms.
Yes, of course.
Sky above, voice within.
Thank you. First, I believe we are closest to Windhelm. Yo, have you ever been there? Assumes. Let us go to recruit this Ulfric. I wonder if he remembers me. Okay. So, This is where Ulfric. I wonder if he remembers me. Next to him in the cart. On our way to Windhelm. Oh shit, there's a dragon. I see this, I can't get past you. I can't get rid of you. Sorry. Where? Come on, dragon. Well, it's Ran. Perhaps he heard what I did to Alduin. He's afraid. I apologize if that sounded pompous. Mule? Oh. My apologies. I went too far ahead. But yes, I apologize if I sounded too confident. Huh?
Horses.
Hello.
All day long. Do you have any idea how dull horses are?
They're beautiful creatures. Peaceful. Perhaps you're in a proper job for yourself.
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
But we haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't... Serious?
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight, little spy. We got ways of finding out what you really are.
Do
you okay?
hate the Dark Elves? Are you here to bully us and tell us to leave?
No, I don't hate you.
You've come to the wrong city then. Windhelm's a haven of prejudice and narrow thinking, unworthy of one such as you.
Looks like they were giving you trouble. Are you alright?
You there. Most of the Nords living in Windhelm don't care much for us, but Rolf is the worst by far. He likes to get drunk and walk around the Grey Quarter yelling insults at us in the small hours of the morning. Oh, a real charmer, that one.
Why do they think you're a spy?
Some of these Nords will come up with any excuse to despise us. And it isn't just the Dark Elves they hate. They make a target of the Argonians as well.
See.
In fact, just about anyone who isn't a Nord is fair game for their bullying. Safe travels.
You should have seen me at the height of my adventuring career. I was fearless and took too many risks. But that's what it was all about.
It smells of
As if
Xenia.
Skyrim didn't have enough outsiders. Now we've got mercenaries from Hammerfell strutting about.
What is this? Is this the Hall of the Dead? Yeah. Oh, there's blood.
Hold it there. Keep your distance.
What happened?
Another girl killed. This is Susanna from Candlehearth Hall. Served me a drink just a few nights ago, but I can't say I knew her.
Another? This has happened before.
Susanna's the third. It's always the same. Young girl, killed at night, body torn up.
Are the murderers being investigated?
We're stretched thin as it is with the war. Nobody has the time to spend on this. Not pleasant, but it's the truth.
I could help.
If you want to help,
You need.
ask some of these gawkers if they saw anything useful. I'm
course.
going to examine the body before the rats can get to it.
Ain't asking for much. Just
septums.
Jin goes up and kind of feels at the body.
Another one.
My goodness.
Terrible.
Silda, did you see what happened to you?
I heard a scream and came running, but she was already like this when I got here.
See.
Always sad when someone has to die.
You see.
Sorry, I thought I saw a fellow running away, but didn't get a good look at him.
Another one. Terrible.
It's no
You.
secret the Aretino boy is doing some ritual, trying to call the
Okay.
This is a shame.
Did you see what happened?
No, sorry. But I did notice that her coin purse was still intact, so whoever did this wasn't after gold. I'm going to keep preparing the body, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, okay, so the guard just talked about Aventus Argentino, so now Jin knows about another poor old boy.
Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
I've spoken to the
Just
witnesses.
like always, nobody saw anything useful. Bastards escaped again.
Might be more to this. Let me help. I'll find.
Look, friend, if you think you can do better than the Legion of Gods, be my guest.
You just said your guards are all
You can't just let
stretched too
anyone go around
thin.
claiming to be on official business. If he's willing, then we'll talk.
Alright. Your leave. Alright. So, quests. Parthenon. No. Season Unending. Hold on. Whoop. That's also in the Palace of Kings, right? Yeah. Talk to Ulfric Stormcloak, talk to Yorleaf. Okay, so here we go.
I ask only for a little charity.
Hello. Oh. These steps need repaired a bit. Almost lost my footing.
Won't give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun.
I've really missed traveling like this. Walking the breadth of Skyrim has always filled my heart with excitement.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I need to send Bolgraf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking his city and leaving him in disgrace would make a more powerful statement, don't you think?
So we're ready to start this war in earnest then?
Soon.
I still say you should take them all out like you did dead King Torrig.
Torrig was merely a message to the other Jarls. Whoever we replace them with will need the support of our armies.
We're ready when you are.
Things hinge on Whiterun. If we can take the city without bloodshed, all the better. But if not...
The people are behind you.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
Then let them die with their false kings.
We've been soldiers a long time. We know the price of freedom. But people are still weighing things in their hearts.
What's left of Skyrim to wager?
They have families to think of.
How many of their sons and daughters follow your banner? We are their families.
Well put, friend. Tell me, Garmar, why do you fight for me?
I'd follow you into the depths of oblivion. You know that.
Yes, but why do you fight? If not for me, what then?
I'll die before elves dictate the fates of men. Are we not one in this?
I fight for the men I've held in my arms, dying on foreign soil. I fight for their wives and children whose names I heard whispered in their last breath. I fight for we few who did come home, only to find our country full of strangers wearing familiar faces. I fight for my people, impoverished to pay the debts of an empire too weak to rule them, yet brands them criminals for wanting to rule themselves. I fight so that all the fighting I've already done hasn't been for nothing. I fight because I must.
And so you split
give voice
country.
to what we all feel, Ulfric. And that's why you
Sow
will be
the
High
seeds of
King.
hatred among the people.
The day words are enough would be the day when soldiers like us are no longer needed.
Realize not what
I would gladly retire from the world, were such a day to dawn.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan.
You, Ulfric.
Only the foolish or the courageous approach a Jarl without summons. Do I know you?
We were in Helgen.
Ah, yes. Destined for the chopping block, if I'm not mistaken.
As were you. I helped Ralof escape. He said he'd vouch for me.
Ralof's alive. I hope that's true. He's a damn good man, but he hasn't returned yet. So I'll need to wait for his account. For now, speak with Galmar.
No.
I'm always looking for able fighters. Seems we're all brave. So long as your criminal past stays in the past, and you fight for me with honor and integrity, we'll welcome you into our ranks.
I was no criminal. I merely got caught up with you.
Speak with Galmar. He'll size you up
No.
and see where we can best use your talents.
I have a message from the
It's
Greybeard.
about time they turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want?
They want to negotiate a truce. The dragon menace is too dangerous.
I have the
Must
greatest
be dealt
respect for the Greybeards, of course. And the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to supporting me as High King. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there.
Politics be damned. Alduin's returned. The world is ending. You cannot let your pride stand in the way.
Alduin, the world eater of song and legend. If that's true, well, it changes the situation, doesn't it? Even Tullius may be forced to talk sense in the face of such a threat.
So you'll come to our peace council.
Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs.
That's not what the goal of it is. Stormcloak. Jin came into town and is already not liking the Stormcloaks because he's realizing, oh god, these guys are racists. And this racist sentiment that is... And the racist sentiment of the Nords is just being stoked by... It's not that Ulfric himself is racist and is actively trying to increase the racist sentiment in Skyrim. However, everything he's doing is just fueling it. And in the first 5 minutes of being in Windhelm, Jin realized, oh god, the Stormcloaks are probably making things worse. And both of those men talking about unifying the country, even though they're actively making things worse. Where's he running to?
My father wanted me to follow in his footsteps as a hunter, but
Oh,
I
he was
set
just
my
not in
aspirations a bit
the right
higher.
place, okay.
He never complained.
Well,
I miss him.
next, let's talk to this General Tullius.
One of the guards said he saw a mage appear out of thin air. Claimed it was one of those Sijic monks. Man's been hitting the skooma, I say.
Castle Dower. Hello. General Tullius.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try. He doesn't have the men.
That's not what my scouts report, sir. Every day more join his cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
It's not a cause. It's a rebellion.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
Jarl Balgruuf.
Balgruuf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. On the other hand, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
Well, if he wants to stand outside the protection of the Empire, fine. Let Ulfric pillage his city.
General.
You people and your damn Jarls.
Sir, you can't force a Nord to accept help he hasn't asked for.
If Ulfric's making a move for Whiterun, then we need to be there to stop him. Draft another letter with the usual platitudes, but this time share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans. Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem like it's his idea.
Yes, sir.
You Nords and your bloody sense of honor.
Sir.
There's nothing wrong with honor, so long as it does not cloud your judgment.
I remember you. You were at Helgen. Speak to Legate Ricka. I suspect we could use someone like you.
That's not why I'm here.
I see. Then there's nothing further to discuss. If you change your mind, speak with the Legate.
No. There's something important from the Greybeards for you.
What do those old hermits want with me?
They're convening a peace council at High Hrothgar.
Why? There's nothing to discuss as long as that traitor Ulfric is in arms against his rightful emperor.
We need a truce to deal with the dragons.
They are getting to be a problem. But I wasn't sent to Skyrim to fight dragons.
It's not just Skyrim,
My job
it's
is to quell
danger,
this
it's the whole world.
I intend to do just that. Dragons or no dragons.
The dragons are a bigger problem than the Stormcloaks right now. The world is in danger.
I'll be the judge of that. Besides, by all reports, the Stormcloaks are suffering just as much as we are from these dragon
People
attacks.
say Skyrim is one of the most dangerous places in Tamriel. I think they're
Ulfric's already agreed.
and I'm proud.
If he can put his pride aside, why can't you?
Has he? I suppose he doesn't want to miss a chance to bluster about the Empire's many crimes. He's probably hoping I'll refuse so he can blame the Empire for being unreasonable. I think I'll have to disappoint him yet again.
Whatever your reason. As long as you're coming to the Peace Council.
Yes, fine. I'll come to this Greybeard Council. For all the good it will do.
All that's left
Sir.
is speak with Argonian.
If it's arms or armor you need, see Baron and Castle down.
All started.
The Greybeards have called a peace council at High Hrothgar. And can you believe it? Both Ulfric Stormcloak and General Tullius have agreed to go.
Alright. And now it's time for the Peace Council. Right. Now, it's time for this Peace Council to begin. Arngir.
So, you've done it. The men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters.
Do not worry. I will get them to agree to peace.
Peace? I doubt it. They may put their weapons down for a moment, but only to gather strength for the next bloodletting. They are not yet tired of war. Far from it. Do you know the ancient Nord word for war? season unending. And so it has proved. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim.
Of course. Let's go.
So, Arngir, is it? You know what? Here. Are you going to let us in or not?
You are not invited here. You are not welcome here.
Oh, Paul. All right. Everyone. It is time. Please. Yo.
I'm itching for a fight.
Need you to do so.
Anything, as long as I get to fight.
Have a seat.
Something.
Have a seat.
I'm sorry that can't be done. I'm sorry that can't be done. No problem, I'll handle it.
Alright, so she has to sit back. That's fine. Delphi!
Anything else before you go?
Hold on. I shall talk to everyone before I begin. Esber.
We must make them see the danger, Dragonborn.
We should get started. Alduin is only getting stronger.
I never thought I'd ever willingly stand in the same room with Tullius again.
Take your seat
not
so that
without
we
a
can
weapon
begin.
in my hand.
When has any good ever come from talking to the Empire? Dovahkiin.
I'm glad I finally got a chance to see this place.
Dragonborn?
I'm here because it's required of me. But there's nothing to be gained by talking to that murderer.
Is everyone here? Let's get this started.
Take your seat.
If you can arrange an end to the fighting, Dragon's Reach is at your disposal.
And so we meet again. But this time I know who and what you really are.
Why delay? Please, take your seat so that we
Hold
can
on.
begin.
Where'd Mule go? Is she sitting down? Mule, I need you to do something.
Anything, as long as I get to fight. Did you need something?
Sit down.
No problem, I'll handle it.
We can begin.
Need you to wait.
Anything else before you go?
Right.
We all wait upon you.
Let us begin.
Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin. I hope that we have all come
No.
here in the spirit
You
of...
insult us by bringing her to this negotiation? You're Chief Talos Hunter?
That didn't take long.
Here, here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard, the nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that I would sit down at the same table with that. Thalmor bitch. Either she walks or I do.
I forget that Ulfric has like the... You're right. Thalmor have no business here? Or what's the harm? Elias doesn't really want to hear either. Nobody here likes the Thalmor, and I think it would make sense for Jin to say that too.
Maybe so, but bringing her here is a deliberate provocation. Tullius needs to know I won't be pushed around.
I agree. If this sets the tone for the whole negotiation, things will be unfair. Tullius, I'm sorry, but Elwyn should go.
Very well, Ulfric. Enjoy your petty victory. The Thalmor will treat with whatever government rules Skyrim. We would not think of interfering in your civil war.
Ha! Skyrim will never bow to the Thalmor. Unlike your Imperial friends here.
You're lucky I respect the Greybeard's counsel, Galmar.
Legate.
Stop.
We represent the Emperor here.
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I have something to say first.
Here we go.
The only reason I
My
agreed
father
to
wanted
attend
me to
this
follow in his
council
footsteps as
was
a
to
huntsman.
deal with the dragon
But I
menace.
set my aspirations a bit
There's
higher.
nothing else
He
to
never
talk
complained.
about. Unless the
I miss
Empire is
him.
finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't
We're
be able
here
to
to
resist.
arrange a temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. I consider even talking to the Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just come here to make speeches, or can we get down to business?
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric?
That's
You
not
dare
why.
to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
Jarl Elisif.
General,
I'll
this is
handle this.
outrageous. You can't be taking this demand seriously. I thought we were here to discuss a truce.
Elisif, I said I'd handle it. Ulfric, you can't seriously expect us to give up Markarth at the negotiating table. You hope to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle, is that it?
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be entirely
What would the
out of
Empire
character.
want in return?
Wait, General, you don't intend to just hand over Markarth to that traitor?
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough. First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire, and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth.
How about Riften or how about Dawn's? Jin's thinking about Mule. Jin's thinking about the Thieves Guild. Jin's thinking about Maven Blackbriar. Jin's never been to Dawnstar. Riften he's been to. The Empire may be more well equipped to help stop the corruption. Jin's doing this for Mule. Riften.
Rift would help secure our communications with Cyrodiil, and threaten Ulfric's southern flank.
The Dragonborn has spoken, Tullius. Markarth will be ours. Now we'll see if there's anything behind your talk of good faith.
You disappoint me, Dragonborn. I accepted your invitation on trust in your good name. But it seems you intend to favor
No.
I can see now that this is not a negotiation at all. I know you, Ulfric. If I hand over Markarth, you'll be ready with a new demand. You'll
Wait.
never defeat the Empire, and you know it. But you're willing to sacrifice thousands for your own selfish ambition. Soon enough, I'll have you back under the headsman's axe, and this time there won't be any dragon to save you.
As always, the Empire's fine words are worth nothing.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your pitiless agreements?
Thank you, Whisper.
Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me, and I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
I don't know about the end of the world, but this dragon situation has gotten out of hand. If this truce will help the Dragonborn here put an end to that menace, we both gain. Remember that, Ulfric. Now, back to the matter at hand. You know as well as I do that we can't hand over Markarth on these terms.
Damn
Why?
imperial arrogance.
Let's hear it.
We want compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten.
Okay, that makes sense.
You slaughtered the very people you claim to be fighting for. True sons of Skyrim would never do such things.
Damned imperial lies. My men would never stoop to such methods, even in retaliation for
This is
your
our
butchery.
homeland, Tullius. All the blood spilled in this war is on your head.
So, Dragonborn, what do you say?
Ulfric shoot. I don't know what happened in Karthwasten, but I'm pretty sure like the Stormcloaks actually did something. I don't think it was under Ulfric's command though. I'm not too certain.
Well said.
But Ulfric should compensate you.
Pay for your crimes. I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
It seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table.
Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces, Jarl Igmund will step down, and Thungvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Leila Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften.
No!
The Stormcloaks will pay appropriate
Jin's like
compensation
cussing
for
under
the
his breath.
massacre
No!
at Karthwasten.
I want it. Trying to.
You
Oh.
both agree to this?
The sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Elisif? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on, Galmar. We have a lot of work to do.
Giving up Markarth is a heavy price for this truce, Dragonborn. I hope it was worth it.
Jarl Balgruuf, I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan?
Yes, I'm ready to do my part. Just say the word, and my men will help you spring this trap.
Of course.
But the difficulty remains how to lure a dragon to Dragon's Reach at all.
Well, that's an excellent question. You haven't overlooked that little detail, have you?
I believe I can be of help here. I anticipated the problem. While you were arranging this meeting, I was busy in the library of Skyhaven Temple. And
Thank you,
I
Esper.
guessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised up.
How does that help us? Also,
When I was young, I journeyed with my father on hunting.
the blades wouldn't have killed the dragons during the Nord's uprising because the blades didn't exist yet. That's just a plot hole. I'm gonna overlook that. Because that's literally just a plot hole right there. Because the blades didn't exist until the second era. And the dragons are still around in the first era? dragons left in the First Era or the Merethic Era. I can't remember. Either way, long before the blades existed. What does that help us?
See, the names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with a voice, he will hear you wherever he might be.
I see. Why would he come when I call him?
He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge. Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon after your victory over Aldrin. I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call.
Exactly the same as when the Greybeards called me. Fitting. What is the dragon's name?
I'm no master of the voice, like these worthy gentlemen, but it is written here in the scroll. Odavin, winged snow hunter, as I read it.
I hope this truth gives you
Thank
what
you.
need. It won't last.
And with this, we have everything we need.
So
Yo,
I'm ready.
follow
Let's
me.
go.
I'm sorry, I did not realize that Maven Blackbriar would be brought to the Jarl ship. I honestly forgot about that. That totally, yeah. Jin was like, oh yeah, get Maeve, the Empire will come in, get rid of Maven Blackbriar. No, the Empire comes in and puts Maven Blackbriar in power. Nobody got exactly what they wanted that, and I feel like that's actually the best way to go.
Paarthurnax deserves to die.
No, he does not. God, can you not get over this?
I hope this truce gives you what you need. It won't last.
Oh.
I'm glad you were able to negotiate a truce, but I don't trust Ulfric. He'll break his word as soon as it suits him.
Likely.
You'll have to speak up. I'm a little deaf in my right ear.
So, about Paarthurnax. How do you feel, Esper?
Justice can be harsh, but it is still justice. Paarthurnax deserves to die.
Why? Why do you think that? He's changed so much.
The author of many atrocities during the Dragon War. Crimes great enough to be remembered for thousands of years. True, he turned traitor to Alduin and helped overthrow the dragon cult, but that does not excuse or expiate his previous deeds. Whether or not he has truly repented or merely acted to save himself, justice demands that he pay with his life.
I'm sorry, Esper. I can see that you see it as justice. Delphine sees it as more than justice. In me, I see it as nothing but crime. I shall not answer the pain he caused with more pain. I will accept him.
Very good.
And the wisdom he has. Thank you, Esper. You are a good friend. So I forgot Esbern. Esbern does kind of have the same sentiments, but, you know, Delphine's a little bit more like, kill him. He has to die. He's villain. He's evil. I hate him. She's very accusatory. Where Esbern's being like, no, this is just what I feel like would be just. It would be justice for his crimes. It's not that he's not making the argument that we're dragon hunters, all dragons must die. He's making the argument that Paarthurnax must die because of his crimes. Delphine made that argument, but that was not her primary point. That was a drop in the bucket for her. Esbern, Jin can respect Esbern. Esbern showed a little compassion. but... And even conceded the fact that Paarthurnax may have changed. And that's the thing. Esbern's saying that even if Paarthurnax changed, he thinks he just needs to pay for his crime. It's not personal for Esbern. It's just Esbern applying his views on what's just. Delphine is calling him evil. She's not even acknowledging the fact that Paarthurnax has changed. She's saying that he's no different than he. In fact, he's worse than Alduin. It's not the case. And Esbern doesn't seem to think that Paarthurnax will turn against morals, so Jin's able to respectfully disagree with Esbern, but be very cross with Delphine.
People say Skyrim is one of the most dangerous
But
places in Paris.
with that,
I think they're wrong.
I'm gonna end the
It's
episode here.
magnificent, and I'm proud to call it home.
Like, comment, subscribe if you want. Share this video with someone you know, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Skyrim. Peace!